You want to make content, you want to share your message, inspire others, and build an income doing what you love. But you're stuck right now with two problems. Now, these two problems are talking to camera in an authentic and real way that connects with your audience and builds an audience. And number two is knowing exactly what to make content about. Whether it's you have a niche and you don't know how to make content within that niche, or you don't even have a niche and you don't know where to start. These two problems are surprisingly interconnected, and in this video I'm going to reveal my system for turning your mind into an unlimited idea generating machine in a way that actually also helps you build connection with your audience and express yourself authentically and charismatically on camera. I'm not here to waste your time, all right? My name's Thomas. I've run a full-time content creation business for the last 8 years, and I'm generating 6 figures in doing so. So you're in the right place. Let's lock in, focus, watch this whole video because I'm confident it's going to completely change the way that you approach making content for the better, all right? The first part of this system is knowing exactly who you want to make content for and exactly which problem you are solving. Now you might be thinking, oh, this is my problem though. This is the thing that's holding me back. So let me introduce you to a new way of seeing this, all right? Even if you have many interests, you've got to pick one of them and make a channel primarily about that thing, but the rest of them can serve to build your personal brand. So for example, I have more specifically chosen how to make people into their dream creator, how to get them from where they are right now into becoming the creator they dream of, mainly through talking to camera as my focus. However, many of you know that I'm also a musician. I'm also into fitness, right? I have my other interests and I can talk about them and express them on my channel. You know, you see my guitars in the background in a lot of my videos. So it doesn't limit my self-expression. I'm not saying I'm only Mr. Talk to Camera teacher and that's the only part of me that I allow you to see. Nah. The rest of the stuff helps you actually connect with me more. It builds my personal brand in this way. But I'm not going to start making guitar tutorials on this channel, right? That would be completely inappropriate. So choose one thing and allow the other things to orbit around that to help build your personal brand. Now, that one thing needs to be to a specific person. Now, this is a demographic, so I don't know, female entrepreneurs, or it's a specific problem. So aspiring content creators who have a specific problem, which is not being able to come up with content ideas and express themselves on camera, for example. Once you've got this thing, you're ready to move on to start using your mind as a tool rather than allowing your mind to use you. Throughout our days, we are thinking so many thoughts. We have thousands of thoughts in a day, and 80%, 90% of them are pointless or even destructive, moving you away from your goal rather than towards it. If we can reprogram our minds to be used as a tool, to use our mind for specific things and allow our mind to start coming up with stuff on autopilot that serves us rather than holds us back, then this is going to unlock the rest of this system. So how do we do that? In 2 ways. Number 1 is choosing better inputs. So if you are scrolling TikTok, watching a lot of Netflix TV shows, thinking negative stuff, you have a lot of negative inputs that are not going to achieve positive outputs. Instead, you want to choose inputs such as podcasts, books, and videos that are specifically about the area that you want to create content on. Fill your consumption with these things and nothing else. The next way you can fill your mind of quality inputs is if you have an audience, especially if you have a business and you have clients already, you can survey them and get to know further who they are and what their problem is. Once you understand this further, it's going to give your mind way more inputs to create better content as well. The second thing is more directly working on your mindset through things such as visualization. If you visualize the goal that you have, the dream content creator who you want to be, and hold that vision in your mind every day, do this 5 or 10 minutes, emotionally resonate with that, your mind is going to start coming up with ideas itself. You will just find you'll be walking in the park and it will come up with an idea. This is how you start using your mind as a tool. and reprogramming it for success in becoming the dream content creator, right? Once you've done those two things, you're going to start having a lot of ideas, and you actually need to start a process called synthesization. Now, what this means is using your mind and your experience to put this content into a framework that is unique to you and that best helps your audience. So a framework is something like this one, a knowledge framework, a concept. Right now in front of you, you see a diagram, you see a system that I've created based on inputs and based on my own experience and the experience of my clients to help you, to help more people and to explain things well. And the amazing thing is that once you start creating diagrams and creating knowledge frameworks, it solidifies your knowledge so much more. It makes you more of an expert, because to create a diagram, you really need to think about it. You need to think, okay, how do these components fit together? How can I break this down? And it's going to help you learn way more about your subject, and it's going to help your audience see things way more clearly. Once you've synthesized, you're then going to move to the final stage, which is creating content pillars based on that information, and obviously based on who you are helping. This is an amazing way if you're starting out to start making content, because when you're starting out, you inevitably go through a process which is called the sort of stagnation period. And what the stagnation period is, it kind of sucks. You're like putting out content for the first few weeks or even months, and you're not really getting that much traction. You're not getting that many people engaging with your content, and sometimes it feels like you're just sort of shouting into thin air. So what helps with this a lot is having content pillars. A content pillar is a certain subject or type of content or format of content that you make on a regular basis. So let's say you make one video a week inside of a month, right? You've got 4 content pillars that repeat themselves every month. So week 1, let's say I might make a video about talking to camera authentically. Week 2, I might make a video about, I don't know, lighting or camera equipment, how to get good sound. Week 3, I might make a video about content and how to come up with content ideas, more like this one, right? So rather than thinking every week, oh God, I got to make a video, what do I make a video about? I'm thinking, oh, it's week 2 of the month, I'm making this. Once you have put out content, you're going to find that some of that content reacts better with your audience and some of it doesn't. Now you can scrap those content pillars and start making the stuff, more of the things that your audience relates to, more of the things that is either blowing up or has more engagement, because then you know you're on the right track and you can start doing more of that. But it's an amazing way as a beginner to just start making content pillars that are designed to help that person that you have chosen. I've put this information into a short and snappy PDF that has more detail around each concept in the description below that I think is really going to help you out. But first, make sure you watch this video next, because if you're making any of these 5 talking to camera mistakes, none of this is going to work.